I started my first tuition business in 2009. I had absolutely zero sales or marketing experience at this point. I'd been a teacher for almost 10 years, and prior to that I had a 6-month stint in the world of pharmaceuticals where I was expected to sell products to nurses, and actually I just hated it. It really wasn't me. The thought of selling actually just made me feel physically sick. 10 years of being in the teaching profession taught me that as much as I loved helping my students, whatever I did, it was just never enough, which just made me feel like I wasn't enough. So when I did go into tuition, I kind of carried that poor money mentality, that mindset with me. And I found myself projecting this onto my clients, assuming that everyone wanted cheap, pay-as-you-go tuition. So I was charging £30 an hour, feeling really stressed out every time someone wanted to come to my house to be tutored, because that meant having to clean my hallway, clean my toilets, all that kind of thing. And yeah, it kind of was stressful. So I ended up working with a coach who pretty much told me to carry on undercutting the competition, trying to be the cheapest, stacking up as many tutees as I possibly could. And to be honest, I just hated all of it. I realised that if this was the only way I could build a business, then I was doomed. But part of me was thinking, well, I'm paying this guy, he's got more money in the bank than me, I should listen to him. So I kind of battled on. I went part-time in my teaching job. I just tried to do this thing, stacking up the tutees, until something happened to completely change my outlook. The arrival of my first baby in 2012 changed everything for me. I was here with this little bundle of joy, going to all these different classes. There was baby swimming, baby yoga, baby music, you name it. If it existed, I was there. And in the meantime, I was learning about this world of, baby and preschool learning, and an idea came to me. I was like, why is nobody teaching languages? People thought I was crazy, babies that can't even speak yet. So I knew I had to do some research into the workings of the baby brain and language acquisition. And I was absolutely stunned to learn that babies actually acquire language from when they're in the womb, and they can distinguish between up to 8 different languages. This was incredible news, and I had to share this with my fellow mums. And I found myself setting up a baby music and language class in the local area, and the rest is history. Having built up my company Bilinguising to a multi-6-figure brand, during the pandemic, like everybody else, we were forced to take our teaching and learning online. That's when I turned my attention to the online tutoring market. I realised that tutors had this unique opportunity to create the online tuition business of their dreams. They just needed a bit of help, business know-how, and the right mindset to actually succeed at it. That's when my programme, the Hour Tutor, was born. Having called it quits with one-to-one tuition in the past, I knew now that I had all the skills I needed to help teachers set up online group tuition programmes and fill them. So I had a small list with my Bilinguising business. So I had MFL teachers in a mail list that were interested in my franchise. So I sent out a few emails, and I set up a new Facebook page called the Hour Tutor, and I learned how to set up a really simple Facebook ads funnel. So with this simple strategy, I was able to sell out my group programme within the first 2 weeks. So I had 10 students, and I created the programme as I went, step by step with them. When I spoke to my friend about how weird this was, how did I manage, me, Ellie, who's not great at selling, who doesn't really like the whole process, how have I managed to actually sell 10 spots of something that was brand new, that I'd not even created yet, in just 2 weeks? What she said to me changed everything. She said, and this is a teacher friend of mine, and she said to me, but Ellie, you are selling. Every day when you send an email or you put a post on your Facebook page or whatever, you are selling because of the deep sort of connection you have with teachers. Your posts show deep empathy for your audience, and that's all you need to do. That's it. And I realised that I had a method of selling that was completely non-salesy, completely ethical, that really aligned with my values and just felt really, really easy. And that's what I teach my clients to do today in the Hour Tutor. So there I'd been all this time thinking that the answers existed outside of me, that some other coach was going to teach me and tell me how I should do it, when actually my sort of anti-sales approach was working, and I'd been sitting on it all along. So in fact, my anti-sales approach was the reason why I had all these teachers, aka my students, showing up in my inbox asking to join my program. Because the truth is, you can shout about your program from the rooftops and tell people to buy it as many times as you like, but I prefer to think of people as people. They're individuals who have needs, have concerns, have worries, have fears, just like you do. and they just need to feel that you want to connect with them. They just want to be understood. They just want to know that you get their struggles. So empathy is all you really need. You won't see me competing with other tutors and coaches, trying to undercut the competition. I don't need to do that, and nor do you. Running a specialist group tuition program that solves one kind of problem for one kind of student elevates you out of that game. So rather than trying to compete in the rat race of one-to-one tutors all trying to undercut each other, you need to opt out of this and make yourself the specialist. Being a specialist rather than a generalist just takes you out of that playing field and puts you on another level. So rather than maths teacher, history teacher, literacy specialist, we need to niche further than that. We need to be even more specialised, and that can be really difficult to do on your own. So why not grab my free guide, which will show you how to choose your niche, your programme, and even your pricing, so you can see if this is a good way forward for you.